David Lynch is dead. Arguably the most important film director of our time. Poof, just like that. And I know a lot of websites say, oh, it was this like lung cancer he had, that's why he died, and he was old. But how do you know? Were you there? Were you there during his final moments? I was right outside his window. I was with the gun, making sure that he died. But let me tell you, I never believed that story. And so I took matters into my own hands. Because there are so many potential suspects into the murder of David Lynch. It could have been angry film producers that are upset that Dune was such a massive flop. It could have been his wife, because it always feels like it's somehow always the wife. It could have been God. No, I'm just kidding. It's obviously his butler. I took researching this really seriously, as seriously as I could, so much so that I started neglecting taking care of my own life. And guess what? My cat is dead now. This video was a journey to make, and in doing research, I just get lost in the sauce and then I'm just kind of screwed. Now then, who is David Lynch? The only way I can truly help you understand what made this man influential is by sitting you down at gunpoint and forcing you to watch all of his movies in sequential order. But I can't assign you homework. I don't really care about the legality of that, but that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So instead, I am going to give you a montage.
Upon a time we danced.
I'm a whole damn town! I'm a whole damn town.
You now understand the vibe of David Lynch. So this is where the detective board is gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna do a time lapse to write it all down or if I'm just gonna... All right, I don't know if that's gonna look any good. So who killed David Lynch? Now, I have a lot of potential suspects. Off the top of my head, I can think of, 4. I've only done research into one of these topics, and it's his wives. Yes, plural, because I don't know if you knows this, but David Lynch had multiple wives. He wasn't like in a harem. No, don't take it that far. Turns out he had 4. I don't... What do you mean he had 4 wives over the course of his entire life? And with each wife, he had a different child. I don't know why, but I truly believed that David Lynch just had no children whatsoever, because I'll be real, David Lynch seemed like he was just one of those pretentious film students, but David can't pull out, so now he has 4 kids. I don't think any of his wives killed him. Why? Because he's old now. I feel like if they were to go out of their way and kill him, they would have done it ages ago, but no, he died at 78, and that just opens up the opportunity for lung cancer or even God. I do think that maybe David Lynch had a very unhappy first marriage. I mean, it's obvious he divorced her, so I genuinely don't think that there would be any ill will from any of his previous wives, enough incentive to at least murder him. And I say that because I haven't seen any of his wives go out of their way to say bad things about him. Like, oh, I also didn't really feel comfortable looking much into his children because, like, don't get me wrong, I wanted to do a lot of research where I looked at their social media posts just to decipher what their true opinions were, and even go out of my way to message them and maybe find their houses, but I realized, Miguel, you're being way too autistic about this, and 2, Miguel, that is very, very, very illegal. The only reason I didn't do it is because I didn't have enough time. I didn't really care about the first 2 reasons. That's a joke. If maybe the children of David Lynch are listening to this, I respect your father a lot, and I respect you as a person. I'm only saying this because I legally have to say it. I sometimes wonder if people think I'm crazy. I'm not, but I don't have any proof that I'm not, because all of the shit that I say, very unhinged. So I'm gonna cross these bits off the list. I think that's good enough. And I found an article that talks about emphiasia. So if you don't know what emphiasia is, I don't even think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a lung disease. It's something he was diagnosed with not that long ago. I don't know if you know this, and I found this out not that long ago today. He has been smoking since the age of 8 years old. I feel like I undersold that. He was 8. Do you know what I was doing at 8 years old? I was jerking off, not smoking cigarettes. I didn't even jerk off at 8. I think I jerked off when I was like 13 on Christmas, and I remember it being Christmas because I felt bad because it was Christmas. And it turns out he had been surviving off of an oxygen tank for the last couple of months of his life. I mean, he was basically isolated with COVID and he never left. It's why he had so much free time to do like weather reports and anything else.
16.
But he allegedly gave up smoking in 2022. Here's what I don't understand. Why did it kill him now? The average lifespan of an American man is 75. Why did it kill him now? Why? Because you've seen all the propaganda, people talking about how, oh, smoking's bad, oh, it's gonna kill you. You're gonna lose 11 minutes of your life after each cigarette. But then you also see instances of people living up to like 90 years old, even though they've been smoking all of their lives. Even David Lynch, according to the logic, he should have died when he was 50, but he died 3 years above the average lifespan. So statistically, he did pretty well. But in all of my research, I kept asking myself, why? And then it hit me. If you don't know what's been going on in California, let me explain what the hell that is happening. God hates all of us down here in LA, and he's trying to burn us all. He's tired of waiting till we all die and get punished in hell, so he's just bringing hell to us. But thankfully, at least for me, I live in and yeah, thankfully only the good hiking trails have been burnt down in like Pasadena, but who cares about Pasadena? They don't have Universal Studios. I feel like I should say something so people know I'm just kidding and I care that it didn't burn more of those houses. But I don't know how serious I should get. But yeah, David Lynch's home was in an area that just needed to be evacuated. And all I'm saying is he seems like the type of dude to not wear a mask. And this is just a theory. What if he was like really into like asphyxiation, and then with his bad lungs and his inability to like take in oxygen on his own, just
Never, please, I gotta bust a nut.
That being said, I need to be serious. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video. I was going to do research into the producers, find reasons why they might want him dead. But from all of the research that I've done, everybody just has really good things to say, not only about him, but about how his creative methods and his transcendental meditation. To be fair, he just died. It's still fresh. Maybe people have the decency to wait a couple of years till they start talking like Michael Jackson, you know. So yeah, I don't even know if God would have killed him, because wait. David Lynch, is David Lynch Christian? What's his religion? I'm tired. So originally, I put God on the detective board because I wanted to be silly. I was like, oh yeah, God killed him, whatever. But then I started looking into his spiritual beliefs. And I know this is gonna sound crazy, so I made a specific hat just for this. It probably doesn't even fit on my head very well. I'm also wearing this, so whatever I say in this section can't be taken out of context. So what if God killed David Lynch because he meditates? Yeah, just saying that out loud for the first time, I don't even feel like I need to wear this because objectively, this is just crazy, right? Like, of course it's crazy, but let me cook. First, let me explain what transcendental meditation actually is. And the best way I can explain it is by simply having David Lynch himself explain it.
This is a donut. Transcendental meditation is like that.
So if that still doesn't make any sense, it's just a type of spiritual meditation. It supposedly reduces your stress, your anxiety, and it seems like it could have been a cure for depression. But I'm immune to propaganda, except North Korean propaganda. Actually, it's very well done. As you know, I'm my Supreme Lord, Mr. Kim Jong-un. I shouldn't say that. That sounds a little racist. But my problem with transcendental meditation is that it's a business. And I don't trust businesses because they care about one thing, and it's making money. I have a big problem with businesses that inherently tie themselves to spirituality. I had a problem with the mega churches did it. I had a problem when the Gateway Experience did it, when the government even did it. And now this and that. I might make transcendental meditation its own topic because I've been recording this for like 20 minutes. Oh yeah, back to David Lynch. Back to why God probably killed David Lynch. Because if you have read the Old Testament, you know how kind of mean God can be sometimes. And you might know that God has even told everyone that he is a jealous God. And he doesn't appreciate when people start worshiping other things the same way you would worship God. And this doesn't just relate to other religions, this relates to things like money. All I'm saying is that if God were truly as jealous as he said he was, would it be that big of a leap for him to murder somebody because he's just like, hey, enough of this transcendental meditation shit, all right? I want you to go to hell and burn forever and ever. And this is the God I worship. My worry with this video is coming across as, oh, I wanted David Lynch to die because he meditated. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if I were a jealous God, I would probably do something similar. In fact, I don't know, I feel like a worse hell for David would be for him to perpetually live in one of his short films, like The Girl in the Alphabet or whatever it was called. If you haven't seen The Alphabet,
Please tell me what you think of me.
there you go. That's the whole short film. I genuinely started this video fully believing that David Lynch was dead and happy in heaven, but no, now I'm realizing he's burning in hell. I'm joking, obviously. I wish the best for David Lynch. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and God bless all of you. Bye, Danny DeVito. Oh, yeah, subscribe and like if you liked the video, by the way. It really helps. You know, share it with your friends too, you know?